Hello guys and welcome to World of Tanks Tactics number 5. And before we start, I have to say that the score on the top of the screen doesn't work for me right now because of some mods, I presume. Anyway, we are playing the Leopard 1 in Mountain Pass. With medium tanks, there's two places I like to go in this map. The middle, either stay up here or go down there. Depending if you have any help and what tanks enemy has, you can go down and have fun in the driver, but very good place to go in medium tanks. But you need some support there. You don't want to be alone there, because if you get rushed there and you're all alone, you're dead. Unless the enemies are really stupid, but usually not a good idea to count on that. J2 is another good position. There's a small hill there, and you can go three ways there, push on, go to this hill, or go down here, or of course just stay behind the hill if you need to go defensive. In this game I decided to go behind this rock here and spot something, because Leopard 1, really fast tank, good rear range, 410 meters, you can easily spot anything that goes through the other side. And the good thing about that is if you have guys sniping there or artillery shooting there, all of the tanks will lose a lot of health before they even engage any enemies on the J2, J3 positions, which is usually where a lot of fighting happens. And you will see, even before I leave the position, I will be able to do a lot of damage, and this is partly due to the speed. I actually hit, by the way, this is 2A here, as you can see. He lost some health. At first I had no idea where that shot went, but it actually hit a tank that I couldn't see. Well, unlucky, but lucky at the same time. Just you need to stay behind cover and only shoot when you're reloaded, and only come out of the cover when you're reloaded and you can shoot. That's what I meant to say. And as you can see, artillery got 1777 damage to the IS-8, and that was all due to me spotting them and artillery aiming at the right spot at the right time. And Conqueror getting some damage, and well, here you can see why it's an important thing to spot the enemies on the other side early on. T62A lost about how much? 600 health. IS-7 is almost dead already, and Conqueror lost just 450 health. So actually T62A lost closer to 800, I think, something like that. But if you add them up, all of that damage, well, it's about what, 3k damage almost already down to the enemy team in the first minute. That's why it's important to spot here. But of course you need the right tank for it. No point in doing this in a slow heavy tank. And I have no idea what this T-34 is doing, stopping right in the open where everybody can shoot him. He disappears. I take a blind shot at him because he was tracked, so he is probably still at the same place. And as you can see, now that I spot him, yep, he's still there. And here you can see the good rear range of the Leopard 1. I spotted that T-34, but he didn't spot me, and I even shoot him, and that's when all of my common value dropped to 0, and well, T-34 still hadn't spotted me, but I can still see him, and I can take another shot at him. Unfortunately, I aim at his hull, and the shot goes low, and I miss him. And now the game just decides, even if the enemy is stupid enough to aim at the sky and run around in the open doing nothing, you won't hit him at all. Because as you can see, next shot goes a little bit wide and just misses him. And T-34 is still doing, I don't know, can somebody explain to me what he's doing? Well, anyway, he's dead now. And this is the time here when he finally spots me. So that's how good the view range is on the Leopard. And the common value is also pretty good for a German tank. And the reason why I didn't follow the H-25 earlier, first of all, I could shoot a T-34 from here easily, and it's best not to get stuck in a Leopard, because you need some cover or distance from the enemy to get away if needed, because this thing has no armor and you don't want to fight one-on-one in close quarters with this tank. No, 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 that's the wrong way to do it, and you don't want to stay in the open because artillery will be able to hit you, and basically anything can kill you in this tank, so better to use some cover or stay far away from the enemy. You can get a little bit closer provided you have some cover and some escape route so you can run away. And another thing why I didn't go down there was because enemies could go on this hill because we don't have it yet, and if enemies are on this hill they can easily shoot from this position all the way to the driver, but and you won't have any cover to go behind, and you will be dead, especially in this kind of tank. But now that the 75 is able to push on top of the hill, and basically we will be able to get away from anyone shooting us from there. Usually the speed of the Leopard going to support the A75 quickly. I'm trying to decide which one to go for, TC2A or the AT-15. TC2A is not concentrating on here, and if we kill the AT-15, then, which is by the way easier target to kill right now, then we have secured this side. We will be able to hide behind these rocks if this is 2A and the Conqueror who's behind this hill decide to turn back. So let's secure the other flank first and then take care of the higher tier targets. Another reason, if I would have gone against this 2A right now, AT-15 would be shooting my back right about now. But right now I'm shooting him and he doesn't even spot me because there's this bush is behind between us, and I'm letting the 75 spot him, and I will just take shots at him as I can. Unfortunately, I don't aim that carefully and I bounce him. This is 2A is retreating, but it's only now that he notices, oh, there's Leopard 1 and E75 behind me. Let's go shoot the Leopard, because he has shot me 3 times now, and now he's dead already. And as you can see, the Conqueror is dead also. So now I can go help somewhere else. And again, the speed of the Leopard comes to play, because I can basically decide to go anywhere on the map right now. And that's why also it's important to plan ahead where you are going, because when I come here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to go. I can go to the bridge, I can go to the enemy base, or I can go back to defend from 2 directions if needed. But right now the enemies are at their base and on the other flank, so I either had to go to the bridge or to the enemy base. At first I decided that I will go to the enemy base, but then after thinking for a few seconds and looking at the enemy team list and what tanks I see in the map, very important thing to do. All of their, most of their heavies are here except the VK, TDs and artillery are not spotted. TDs and artillery very dangerous against the Leopard, especially the artillery, because they can, well, Tituli Panther might not be able to one-shot me just because he might have not enough damage, but Tituli Tiger, he can easily one-shot me. And well, if I go any more forward here, I will either have to stop and peekaboo at the VK 42 or 4502P, and that's not a good idea. I don't have any armor, and yeah, and artillery might be able to shoot me if he happens to be in this forest. And I like to keep moving and have possibilities to flank, move around, retreat, and well, keeping active. So right about now I decide, okay, nope, VK, not a good idea. Let's go for these heavies here. Let's go to this bridge right here and snipe them. But another opportunity presents itself. I notice that I can shoot the VK from here, and he doesn't spot me. Yet again, same thing with the AT-15, using these pushers between us as camouflage cover. And because there's so many pushers between us, he won't be able to spot me, while the E-75 spots him, and I snipe from the distance. This is what the Leopard is good at. Relocating to a position where it can give fire support to enemy, our heavies. Relocating is the key word here. Relocating, very important in the Leopard 1. Like it is in the M18 Hellcat, which is quite similar on the playstyle. Now that the VK is dead, there's an ISU at the base, and there's an IS-7 and E-75 going there. I think they should be able to handle an ISU very easily. And just stay alive until we win this flank and come from the 9 line. Here we can see that the WZ, our WZ, doesn't have enough gun depression to shoot those guys, so he has to back up quite much to shoot them. I decided to use him as cover a little bit, as you can see, while I shoot these tanks, who just decided to start pushing. Good thing for us that they didn't push earlier, because then we might have lost this flank. Right now, they're just grabbing in the crossfire, so good thing that the enemy was playing passive so long, that basically us won us the game on this flank. And as you can see, even though I'm using the WZ as cover, I keep moving, so I give the WZ enough space to maneuver, and just in case that somebody would be aiming for me, they would have harder time to hit me when I keep moving. And just look at how much this M103 gets shot right now. WZ and me and now artillery, and I'm able to finish him off. By the way, a little bit of weak spots right now, because this is a good example. M103's turret, not a good idea. Cupola, hard to hit. Gun mantle, impossible to penetrate with this gun. Maybe not impossible, but very hard. Turret 6, that will bounce. Or turret sides, I mean. Turret 6, right there and right there, might be able to be penetrated and hit. Front of the hull, not a good idea from this angle. Upper glacis, that will bounce. Lower glacis, lower plate, very bad angle, and I'm shooting from higher up, so the angle is even worse, so that will most likely bounce. Back side of the hull and back of the hull, that's a good idea. No armor right there, so it will always penetrate. But IS-7 is a little bit on the way. But fortunately, you can see how accurate the gun is. Easily penetrated. Right now, T-34 is about to die, and our guys are still alive on that flank, even though they have a E3 and ISU against them right now, and artillery of course. But I see WZ is going that way, so I decide I will use the speed of the Leopard and go down and flank the base from the 9 line. I don't like to go face to face with any tanks, with because, well, that's not just playing to the strengths of tank. It's fast, it has a good gun, it doesn't have armor. Don't go face to face, flank and give fire support. Unfortunately, IS-7 and E-75 somehow died already. IS-7 didn't use cover from what I saw from the minimap, and E-75 went the Rambo mode and decided to circle E3 and ISU and CW Tiger all at the same time, which is not a good idea in one of the slowest heavies. But, well, this game is won already. We have all of our artillery still alive, 2 TDs coming, and 2 heavies, and then me also. And I, well, just spotted the ISU and the E3. Just don't get a shot at ISU, and I get one more shot at the E3, and Foch finishes him off. Well, and that's the game, using the Leopard speed and the gun as best as I could, and it was a pretty good game. Yeah, recap now, I think. Well, I didn't leave much to talk about in the recap, but if you want to take a look at the preview of the Leopard 1 that I made from the test server, click the annotation on the screen. It's still the same tank as from the test server, so it's all valid still. Now let's talk about, I already talked about the playstyle of the Leopard, but let's talk about the positions that you need to be in the Leopard. The positions need to have four things. First of all, and most importantly, cover. They need to have rocks, buildings, hills, bushes. Bushes are actually good because they provide you camouflage value, and that helps you not to get spotted in the first place, and that's the best way to not get shot at, because enemies can't shoot you if you're not spotted. Secondly, they need escape routes, and well, that's what I like to call them. You need to get away by using the cover and the speed of the tank, because if there's three heavies coming at you, you have no chance. You need to run away. Use the speed and the cover of the rocks, hills, bushes, whatever you have, and relocate, relocate. That's the important thing in the Leopard 1. Thirdly, artillery cover. That's important. You need to be in artillery cover, or you need to have a spot that is in artillery cover nearby. Like in the first spot, I went to the behind the rocks and the bushes. I always pulled back after they're shooting behind the hill when I was spotted, so artillery won't be able to shoot me. Uh, Finally, very important thing also, because without this you won't be able to be useful to your team. Field of fire. You need to be able to shoot tanks and shoot them a lot, because Leopard 1 has a good gun, a good penetration, good accuracy, good everything. At the first spot, for example, I could shoot over the Leopard. I was putting the targets myself. I shot all of the heavies and did a lot of damage to them. I also could shoot down on the Leopard if anybody would go there. Nobody did. Same thing with the hill on the right. If anybody would be going on top of that and trying to shoot the E-75 who was advancing, I could provide the E-75 with fire cover and shoot the guys on the hill. Nobody went there, but still I had three possible spots to shoot at when I went to the first spot. There should be three annotations on the screen, all from the three important positions that I went on this map. Maybe click on them and try to figure out the escape routes, the artillery cover, the cover, and the field of fire that I talk about, and well, see if you can figure them out. And now let's take a look at the battle results. So that was a victory with 94k credits earned and 1890 experience. And let's take a look at the damage done to the enemy vehicles crossing the open at the beginning of the video. T-34, 1500 damage. T-62A, 1400 damage, and half of that was done later in the game, so 750 at the beginning. IS-7, 1777 spotting damage from the artillery shot, and Conqueror 450, and so that was about 4050 damage, 4500 damage in total done to the enemy tanks before they could even cross the open. So that's how important the first spot is in the game. Team score, not much to see there. Detail report, much more interesting. Damage 6k, damage upon detecting 2k, and 2.74k kilometers driven, which is quite a lot in tier 10 games. And that's how good the Leopard is in relocating and just helping the flanks that need the help. It's a very fast tank and can do that very easily. And 50k credits earned profit, which is very good in a tier 10 game. And well, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and comment and like the video, and I hope to see you in the next video again.